Hi, this is Lawrence Frontera. Today I'm going to be going over a little experiment with trucks that I'm working on. And what I'm going to be doing is taking some Thunder trucks, hollows, and putting old Grind King kingpins in from the early to mid 90s. Now, many of you may not know what the Grind King kingpin was, and this is what the Grind King kingpin is. And what you're actually going to find is they did re-release Grind Kings. I'm not sure if they've actually come back with Kingpins, but it's a rounded out top, uses an Allen wrench, and this goes in from the top. And actually what it's made to do is so you don't actually hang up on the nut and the bolt of your Kingpin. Comes with a little washer, slides on. Now this is actually from an old set, brand new that I had. And there's a couple things that are different nowadays than back then. Now, first off, let's just say that Kingpins came out fairly easy. This is a pair of the Thunder hangers that I'm actually using from the hangers. This is a forged base plate. Now, as you can see, if you look here, I smashed the hell out of this Kingpin trying to get it out. And it didn't budge at all. And I actually read online, and there were some other people that just talked in general about breaking Kingpins on forged and not being able to get them out. It's completely smashed. So what we actually ended up doing, or what I ended up doing, is getting the regular base plates and using this. Now, they're a little bit higher, but that's actually not a bad thing, because the one thing about the Grind Kings is the bolt is on the bottom. So the bolt actually sticks out just a bit here, but that doesn't really matter, because once you tighten down your trucks, it's just gouged right into the into your deck. Or if you're using a base plate, it's just going to build in the base plate. Now, I didn't use the washers on this because on these ones I decided to go with the Bones mediums, just because I had them. I liked riding them; they weren't bad. But the issue became with the Kingpin here is that I kind of have an issue. I do a lot of 50/50s on Mini, and I start to create grooves like all of us. But I'm going to show you this. This one's actually already on. And this was actually my back one. And you can see the groove that is created. You can actually see that I hardly have any groove anywhere else. So I've actually switched the back to the front, which in time actually may cause me more issues than anything, because now I have a groove, and where I want to be on my 50/50s and different things like that is up front. Now, what happens with my front truck is, as you can see, I start to create multiple grooves. Now, once I got to this big groove here, what actually started happening was I started hitting the Kingpin. Here's a brand new set of Thunder, brand new Thunder that I will be riding eventually. And when you look at it originally, that Kingpin actually sticks up, or sticks below the hanger line, which is good until you start getting down and you start catching. Now, it's not even tightened. Once I tighten it a little bit, it'll actually go down even further. The Grind Kings here not only set lower, but they're round. So when it does catch, it should just ride over without a problem. And the experiment basically is going to see if it actually works. A buddy of mine's been riding them. He actually doesn't have any problems with it. But he skates different than I do. That's for sure. And I just want to see how it's going to hold up when I'm doing 50/50s and I catch down the middle. And I will say this: when it comes to the regular Thunders, the hollow Kingpin compared to the normal Kingpin actually is a little bit lower, and the regular Kingpin kind of cups and has sharp edges, and when you catch the coping, it stops you. So this actual hollow Kingpin is actually much better. Not only is it lighter and stronger, but it doesn't catch because of the way it's rounded. But when you get to a certain point, you're going to start catching. So what I'm going to have here is, obviously the grooves are here. It'll still catch the kingpin. Now I'm just kind of interested to see how it's going to affect me. If I'm going to catch when I do my feeble fakies, different things like that, if it causes me any problems. Also, there won't be anything just doing regular 50-50s ever catching on angle iron, different things like that. So I kind of just wanted to point this out, what I'm doing originally before I even put this truck on. And then I'm going to go back in a couple months and kind of review when I'm ready to switch over to the new trucks and just see if it's going to be worth it. But the one thing I can say so far, after destroying this base plate, trying to get this kingpin out, I actually missed it and hit the pivot. I could have just filed that out, but I just could not get this kingpin out. That the forged base plate does not want to let the kingpin out. But the regular base plates seem to actually be doing a pretty decent job. They popped right out really easily without a problem. So we're going to try it with this. It also sits a little bit higher, so the bolt shouldn't stay out as much. But this one here, like I said, I already got it on there, and you can see that it's flushed down how it's supposed to be. So I'm going to see how it, how it turns, how it handles, how it catches, and see if it's worth dealing with the original Grind Kings, whether it be picking up some old ones off eBay, some old skate shops that have been around for a while that still have them, or if Grind King is actually going to start making it so you can buy the kingpin. But again, it's not that easy to get this kingpin out. They've changed a lot since the early 90s when I was skating all the time and kingpins were snapping like crazy, and before anyone had a hollow kingpin, when they used to just pop right out, and we'd run up to the hardware store and buy new kingpin. So like I said, I just wanted to go over, show you what I'm going to do before I actually change anything. And in a month or two, actually probably about 2 months, maybe early next year, I will kind of come back and review and see how it's working, and if it's something that it's worth having an old set of an old set of hangers or old set of base plates where you just replace the hanger if you have those Grind Kings because it doesn't catch. So anyway, that's what we're going to be doing. Just wanted to, like I said, get it out there, and in a couple months we'll come back and revisit this. All right, so everyone have a great night. Talk to you later.